The changes that were coming, and it wasn't coming in months, it was coming in 2 days.
2 months after Idaho put a stop to sign-ups for an affordable child care program, some Treasure Valley child care centers say the impacts, well, they're worse than expected. They're dealing with low enrollment because families who would have applied for the Idaho child care program, well, they now can't afford to pay full price. Abby Davis is following the story. And Abby, the Department of Health and Welfare made this decision because of a projected budget shortfall.
Brian, we reported this summer the department says it wasn't getting enough money from the federal government to keep up with how much the program costs, affecting child care centers and families.
12, 13.
Child care centers are counting the days
14.
until families can start applying for the Idaho child care program again.
I don't think you can afford not to fund this program.
ICCP helps eligible families pay for child care with federal dollars. Carehouse Learning Center is one of several Treasure Valley centers that told KTVB their fall enrollment is down because the Department of Health and Welfare paused the program in August. It also delayed benefit hikes for families.
Last fall, we had 15 new kids start, and this fall we've had 5.
Putting the center in what Rebecca Grind's staff calls a unique struggle,
where families can't afford to pay more, but we can't just offer care that doesn't cover our costs.
Health and Welfare wouldn't do an interview with me, but its director said in a letter to lawmakers it recognizes decisions like these are never easy. And they had to act now to get a grasp on a forecasted $15 million budget deficit.
Panda bear, what do you see?
I don't think there's ever an ideal time for a temporary pause like this.
Robert Sanchez is the executive director for a local early education advocacy organization. He says everyone would be in a better position had the state given more than a 48-hour notice.
The initial reaction, there was a lot of anxiety and uncertainty, and to some degree there still is today.
He'll run out to wait for the bus. It was just heartbreaking because the ripple effects of this change are going to be felt throughout the state of Idaho, not just this year, but for the entire lifetime of the kids that aren't getting to access childcare.
A Department of Health and Welfare spokesperson told me they're working on figuring out when they can unpause the program, but until they know that date, well, there isn't much to share.
As you said, we've done this story before. We've covered it in the initial decision when that was made. The Department of Health and Welfare didn't talk to us then either.
No, they didn't, and they did tell me over email that they should have more information in the next couple of weeks and that they'll reach back out then.
Okay, and I see this as kind of a cascading problem because if they can't get people to pay them and they can't get the funds, well, then they can't obviously hire their employees that they need to keep open. And then when they do get that money back, those centers may not be available to them.
Yeah, it really snowballs.
Yeah, exactly. All right, thank you very much, Abby.